So hello, here is the big parcel that you receive that contains all your microscope and all the component parts of your microscope. It's a Meiji ML5000 series laboratory microscope. It's a very high quality Japanese microscope. So I encourage you to go through that booklet because it will give you a lot of technical specification about your microscope and all the different parts. But the actual microscope that we're using now, because it is set up for dark field microscopy, is a very special setup. So this is what we're going to show you how to set up the microscope. So when you receive your parcel and your box, there is two boxes, one a very large one that holds the main microscope body, and there's another smaller box that holds the illuminator, the light source, and many different pieces that are going to be on the microscope as well. So as you get your big box, you, of course, be very careful in handling your microscope. While it is very solid and very well made, still it's very precise equipment that needs careful handling. Microscope should not be left out in the sun in the too much heat, or also never be left in the cold, below zero weather. We learned the hard way. At one time, we actually left our microscope overnight in the trunk of our car when the temperature went below 0.5, between 5 and 10 Celsius below zero, and that damaged a very, very expensive objective. So be sure that you always keep it in a normal temperature warm place. All right, so we will begin in opening the box and first pulling out the bigger box. It's quite heavy. So actually, if you have another person to help you, that could be helpful, but I can do it by myself. So you pull the big box. And as you will see, it's very, very well packed. And first you pull the foam container. There's actually two handles here that you can pull, and you pull the whole microscope here and you place it on your table. And I'll make some space here because I need actually the space. So, like I said, this is the foam container that contains the main body parts of your microscope. You pull it out, and you can see inside that you have actually two major parts that will fit together, and we'll take them out and show you. So the first part to take out is the microscope body, the major body part, this part here, that you take out, and you can place it on your office desk or table. And of course, it's covered with plastic. One of the major enemies of microscope equipment is dust. So be sure that your microscope is always free of dust, or if you have to store it or put it away someplace or carry it someplace, be sure that you always cover it with a plastic bag. So I'll take the plastic bag off. And then this is the major microscope part here with the connection and the body. Now we can take out the second part, the trinocular head, which is also wrapped in plastic. And this part here will fit right on top of your microscope. You have a small knob here that needs to be unscrewed all the way, and you can see that there's a little spring-loaded rod here. There's a little spring-loaded rod here. So, and you take the cover and this part will fit on top of this part, and you have to fit in where the spring rod is. So you gently go like this and fit it in. Now it's fit in properly. And now, if you don't mind, the little knob here needs to be tightened. This is what's going to keep the head of your microscope in place. It's very solid now and it's not moving. All right, so this is the first part of the microscope is done. Now, if you look at the foam container, there's 3 little jars here that looks empty. The reason they are empty is because they were containing 3 objectives that are already fit on your microscope. By the way, these objectives can be put on and off by screwing them or unscrewing them very gently. So now, since it's already there, we don't need to worry about that. And I'll get rid of the foam. By the way, I would like to encourage you and suggest you that you keep all your packing equipment, packing material, because if you ever need it for either traveling or shipping or any other reason where you actually move your microscope from one place to another, it's always good to have a good setup as far as packaging, because like I say, this is very, very sensitive, specialized equipment that needs to be handled with great care. There will also be a carrying case available soon that we will show you on my website, which is actually the best way to carry the microscope. But for the time being, we're just going to continue unpacking the microscope. Now you have a second box, the smaller box, inside the larger box, and you pull it out, and you can place it here. Now, one of the main components that inside that box is your light source, the illuminator, the part that gives you the powerful 150 watt light to create the dark field. So we'll pull the illuminator out of the box. We'll unwrap it. You can see that it's all very wrapped in plastic bag and bubble paper and everything. So this is your fiber optic light sources. This you will place on the left side of your microscope. This is usually the position that I have it when I use my microscope. Now, we have other parts in the box that we'll pull out one by one and explain to you what they are for. First, this is the connection for your light source, the fiber optic light source. So this simply attach in the back here, and that's your connection, and you can put it back there. Now another important component in the box is the fiber optic cable. It's a cable that you actually attach to your fiber optic boxes. It fits right in this part, actually the larger head. It fits right in, and you can screw the little screw here to keep it in place. And now you keep your fiber optic on the table. And if we go back to our packing box, we'll have to, all right, two small pieces here. Actually, these two small pieces are actually your eyepieces. These will fit on top of your trinicular head microscope. I will take them out of the bag. And here's one of these. So these are your trinicular head. And they will fit on the eyepiece here. You see, all of these are covered with plastic cover. So keep these. They are very important. Anytime you dismantle or pack your microscope, it's very important that you put all these little caps on top of where they belong, like this. So now in this case, we take the two caps off, and now we can put our eyepiece in places. So they're very tight, but they fit perfectly inside the microscope. All right, et voila. So now we're going to go to another important part. That is the photo tube. It's actually a piece that sits on top of the trinicular head, on top of this tube here, that will connect your microscope to your camera. So let me take it out of the bag. Again, you can see that it's covered with caps, protective caps, which you need to put back every time you take that piece off. You can take them off. And also you take off the protective cap on top here. And you can see that it fits perfectly well on top here. And you can tighten the little screw on the side to keep it in place. So this will keep your camera in place. Talking about the camera, it is inside the box, in that little brown box here. It's very well wrapped inside the box in bubble paper, and you take it out. And this is your video camera. That's the camera that will allow you to see your picture on the laptop or computer screen. So again, it's covered with a little cap that you take off, a protective cap, and it sits right on top of your photo tube here. And again, you can fasten it with the little screw to keep it in place. So you've got most of the piece in places, but there is one more piece that is very important. Oh, before I get to the other piece, of course, your camera needs a power supply, so This is the power supply for the video camera. So basically there's a socket there and it fit right in. And this, we can untie the little plastic cord. And this will fit on a socket on the wall. So now, one of the most important part of your whole system is in this little box here. It's called your dark field condenser. This is what actually allows you to create the dark field. It's a very special pieces, and you can see it inside. That's why they put this very, very nice comfortable little box, because it's a very nice specialized piece. So if you carry it away, always carry it in that box. So I'll take it out, and this is your condenser. So your condenser will fit underneath the stage in the appropriate area. But mainly, your light source here, this is where the light source will connect inside the condenser. It fits perfectly. You see how it is connected? And this will fit underneath your microscope. At the moment, you see there is a little piece of foam there, so you might want to take one of the big knobs, pull it clockwise, lift the stage, and take the foam piece out. This is put there for protection. And you have the condenser holder here. This is where your condenser will fit underneath here. So if you lift your stage up with the big knob, you can fit, the condenser will fit perfectly underneath. So you have to lift it up high enough, like this, and it will fit right there. So this is a very important part of your microscope. And actually, I forgot another piece that fits with the microscope, and it's the wire that connects. Where's the wire? Oh, all right, sorry. I actually forgot this little wire here. That is very important. It's a connection cable that will actually fit this part of the cable, this size of the cable, fit on top of the video camera. You just push and twist, and it fit right in. And the other end of the connection is what will fit in with the connector to your computer screen. You need a special connector to your computer screen and a software. In order to be able to view the picture from the microscope to the computer, you need a special attachment between this connection and the computer, and also a software to be able to see the blood. Now, if you need the information to make that kind of connection with your laptop or computer, you can just email me, and I can give you the exact specification and what sort of hardware device you need to do that. And I can explain to you later, actually, in a different video. So you've got basically your old microscope now ready for use with your different objective. Two of them are for bright field, and one of them is the oil objective. So if you already did the nutritional microscopy course, you know what these are for and how to use them. So this would be explained in the whole course exactly how to use the microscope, how to take sample and all that, but this is part of the nutrition course. In this short video, we just wanted to be sure that you get all your piece, all your equipment put in the right place. So I guess that's about resume it for the setup of the microscope. If you have any question, you can always email me. The microscope itself is under warranty for 5 years. So it's a really good piece of equipment and you should not have any problem. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you the best in starting your career as a live blood analyst. Thank you very much.